Hey guys, it's Mia here and welcome back to another vlog style video. Now, we're going to talk once again about D&D, and I'm sorry about my hair. It's been a terrible hair day, so I just kind of threw it up. Now, this session was a bit scary, and I say that for a couple of reasons. So, after we ended up getting back from giving the lady her house, because we met up with the alchemist lady and ended up taking her back to the mayor of the town, Fandolin, and getting her like a place to stay. Then we ended up going to the bar and kind of resting there. Well, that's where we ended the session, after resting there at the bar. So we started Friday's session waking up and eating and starting off normal and fine until Bartholomew, one of the teammates, talked to a man sitting at the corner of the inn and got word that there was an attack on a ranch hand and a ranch by monsters. So we went to investigate said monsters. And on the way to investigating those monsters, we ended up coming across an absolutely destroyed, like, farm or holding area or whatnot, but it was completely destroyed. There was a whole silo completely destroyed. There was ice everywhere and everything was a mess. So after realizing the coast was clear there, we ended up checking on the animals that we found there. We found a couple of pigs, 2 horses, 1 badly wounded, and a cow. The only one wounded was the horse. So my character went over and checked on the horses, befriending one of the ones that were healthier so we could use it for one of our teammates that didn't have the horse. But then, after checking to see if the horse could live or not through their injuries, because if it wasn't going to live, I was going to have my character put it down and out of its misery so it wasn't laying there suffering, I ended up determining that the horse would live, so I ended up breaking one of the tips off my arrows and making a shaft to then use as a splint for the horse. So we ended up taking the 3 horses and the cow, we didn't find the pigs yet. We ended up taking the 3 horses and the cow with us and continuing to the ranch that was attacked. When we got to the ranch, we found it strangely quiet. So one of our teammates, Bartholomew, went and let out this loud bird screech siren. And then, like, monsters started flooding out of the barn. And at this time, we figured out that they were orcs. And orcs and elves do not get along, and everyone on our team, except for Bartholomew, is an elf. Bartholomew is a birdman or an Aarakocra. So they are already pissed at us for interrupting whatever they were doing in the barn or the farmhouse. And now they find out we're elves and they want to rip us to shreds. So this battle was so bad. Like, there were 9 orcs, I believe, and they came in stages, like, coming out of the farmhouse. So one of our teammates, Midnight, ended up shooting my character in the back because of his terrible aim. Then he ended up shooting his own pet because of his terrible aim. So one of my teammate, Midnight, wounded both of us, and then I ended up badly wounded. Midnight ended up badly wounded. Bartholomew ended up down, and so did Clarion, which is our other teammate. And so Midnight and Scarlet, my character, were trying to rescue them because I had a health potion, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for one of them and try to get one of them up and back in the fight or something. Gotta do something. And at this point we had taken out a fair few of the orcs, so it wasn't a one-way fight. We were pretty evenly matched. Well, I'd say they were a bit stronger because for whatever reason our dungeon master was rolling incredibly high. But yeah, so I ended up, Bartholomew was able to get stable, so I knew that Clarion was at more of a risk of dying, so I went for him, shoved the health potion down his neck, got him up, and he ended up killing the final orc there. And then we spent a crap ton of time expecting the barn, finding nothing but a chest piece, a card, some chain armor, and that was about it. That was all we found. Until Clarion ended up finding a cellar, and he went down into the cellar by himself, which was kind of risky, but he went down in the cellar and found presumably the owner of the farm tied up and bound in the middle of the basement. We don't know if he's the owner of the farm yet, but like logical thinking and reasoning, he's probably the owner of the farm. So we ended up finding him, and that's kind of where the session ended. I will say that this is definitely the closest that my character has ever come to death, and it's certainly the closest any of us have come at all. Like, I mean, two of us got completely downed, and I was sitting there with 1 health, only able to use my second wind to get 3 more health points. So this was probably one of the worst fights so far in terms of casualties to our characters. And it was definitely scary. Like, for a while there, I thought we were completely screwed because 2 of us were already down and 2 of us were sitting pretty with 5 HP, 1 HP, and 4 HP. Because one of our characters, Midnight, has a pet squirrel who, like I mentioned, he accidentally shot. So yeah, we had 1 HP, 5 HP, and 4 HP, with the 3 of us left standing, and I was only able to bring Clarion back with 10 HP, which luckily we got him up because he helped us finish the fight and get the heck over with. But I thought it was gonna end there. I'm honestly still excited to see where this goes next, but I really want my character to learn alchemy because there have been 3 or 4 times now we needed health potions and we did not have them. And if Clarion was not able to get that final orc down when he did, we'd have all been dead. Because it would have been his turn to attack us. He probably would have went straight for Bartholomew on the ground, which would have been insta-death. And then we don't know if our attacks would have landed, and it would have been a whole mess. So this was probably one of the scariest encounters so far, and we don't know what's going to happen next. I am not sure how close we are to finishing this campaign, especially with the amount of times we do derail our DM's story, but I am certainly loving it. I am super excited and worried to find out what's going to happen next. And I am just ready to go. I'm really liking D&D. Like, if you don't know, this is my first ever D&D campaign. So, yeah, I'm genuinely enjoying it so far, and I'm sorry this spot right here is driving me crazy. But I'm enjoying D&D, and I'm really excited to see where it goes next. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like hearing our misadventures in D&D? If you do, let me know down in the comments below. But please, no spoilers if you know the campaign we are doing, because we don't know what's going to happen. So, tune in for my story times on what happens in D&D. And I hope we don't have another encounter where it comes that close to all of us dying. But we'll see. Bye, guys.